guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review, and today we're taking a look at WWE Mattel Elite Series 104. What a set, a banger of a set this is going to be. We have the first ever Elite Bron Breakker with the NXT Championship belt. He looks freaking awesome. He is also a chase in this set. This is the standard version. You'll see it's more of a yellowish type gear for the chase figure. We also get his father, first time in the line, Rick Steiner. It's crazy that we have the Steiners in the Mattel line, and it's crazy that this is the first version we're getting of Rick, right? I would have thought it was something more of the kind of old school, like 90s look. I'm sure that's probably coming as an Ultimate, I would guess. Maybe even announced in a few weeks at San Diego Comic-Con. Additionally, we have Dakota Kai. She was originally in the Royal Rumble, Elite set. And that figure was really hard to find. I never saw her in stores. But you know what? I feel like this figure is better. It's kind of a more modern day look. It's kind of current to how she wears her gear today. Especially the hair and the whole kind of attire she has on. So for those of you who missed out on that Royal Rumble Elite, here's a chance to grab probably what I would think is a better figure in my opinion. But you will see that the box is your standard Elite boxes here. You get the image of each wrestler on the front with their names. First time in the line for Rick Steiner. Elite Series 104. It's crazy how far we've come. I know, 104 Elite Series. It's nuts. You get the nameplates on the side of the box. And if you flip all the way over to the other side, you will get the images of each wrestler. I really love how these come out. And on the back, you get the read up as well as the other figures in the way. If you want to pause and take a look, you can. But I cannot wait. I want to get all these figures out of their packaging and see what they're all about. And up first, we're taking a look at Dakota Kai. So her accessories include a set of interchangeable hands. You got this kind of like Samoan hang 10 hand here that we've seen before. She also does come with one fisted hand as well as two mic open holding hands that come on the figure. Additionally, you do get a WWE microphone. This looks really nice. It's got the logo on all corners or all sides. So again, Dakota did have an Elite release in the Royal Rumble set. But this figure to me looks pretty spot on. Again, it's more of her updated look. You can see the nice gear. She's got the black and the pink going. I really do like the little buckles and little silver like painting around her neck here. And the little dots going on her singlet up top as well. She's also got this little kind of like belt attachment here. Looks pretty good. Again, the pink and purple really does pop. She also does have some tattoo detailing on her forearms here. You guys can see that. Another tattoo on the other forearm. Looks pretty good. She's kind of got like the stockings look underneath. She's got the knee pads. The pink and black kickers here. Again, just nicely sculpted detail. I really do like how they came out. She is on the ball joints if you guys were wondering. Take a look on the back. She's got another tattoo on her like neck area, upper back. It looks like this belt is not removable. Mine's a little warped here. Very kind of like maybe heated or maybe just the way it's sitting on the figure, but doesn't look too bad. It does have some nice detailing to it. I really do like the head scan. It's not perfect, right? But I can definitely see a likeness. I really do like the coloring of the hair. It's got the split colors with the pink and the kind of like blonde look here. Unfortunately, mine seems to have a little bit of kind of scuff paint here on the top. But again, it could be worse. All in all, pretty solid for a Dakota Kai figure. I unfortunately never saw that Royal Rumble Elite Dakota Kai in store, so I don't have her for comparison's sake, but I did want to bring in a few female superstar figures here to kind of show you how she stacks up and scales with other figures. So on the left, we have a top picks Ronda Rousey. We have the Survivor Series Becky Lynch, and on the right, we have the most recent Elite Rhea Ripley. The next figure we are taking a look at is Bron Breakker. This is one I was really looking forward to. I can't tell you how many times I almost purchased the basic figure. I'm just like, wait for the Elite, wait for the Elite. It's going to be so much better, and it really is. So his accessories do include a set of fisted hands. You can see that the peg actually does match the hand tape, so I really do appreciate that Mattel going the extra mile on these Elites, because that's a big pet peeve of mine. You also do get the rebranded NXT 2.0 title. It pretty much is the same build, I think. It just kind of has the colors painted in here. This is an original release, if you guys wanted some comparisons. Looks pretty nice. I do like the updated look to it. And the attire. So again, there is a chase figure in this set for Bron. He comes in like that yellowish gear. I actually think I like that one better, but for now, I'll settle with the kind of the pink attire, and hopefully we'll track that down. The gear does look pretty good. I really do like it. The pink definitely does pop. He does have thicker legs. I feel like Mattel originally had like the molded pieces around his shorts. They went for the thicker leg upgrade, so it definitely looks a lot better. You can see on the boots, it's got Breakker on each side. He is on the ball joints. I know someone had asked me that, so if you were curious, he does have the thicker arms too. I really do like the look to it. And the head scan looks great. Great likeness for his first Elite figure. He does have the tattoo detailing here on the side. One thing I'm going to point out, which is why I hate these singlet figures, is they paint the torsos, right? You can see the pink bleeding on through mine. I'll just go ahead and pop the head off. And you can see once it kind of gets scraped, like the paint like underneath that the torso's actually molded it. It's molded in the pink. Shows through. I know it's a cost-cutting thing. I know this is why Mattel does it, to save money, but I just wish we can get away with it, man. Just makes these figures feel less premium, especially with the Ultimates. Like the new Target Legends Bret Hart has that same issue on a few of mine where you can see the pink seeping through. And it's really annoying, but other than that, really no complaints here. The head scan looks great. I am a huge fan of Bron. Hopefully, he really does get a nice push going through, especially, being a son of Rick Steiner, and the Steiner brothers being a huge fan. So I have high hopes for him, and hopefully he does have a nice, big, long career going ahead. And I'll be honest, I had no idea who to compare Bron Breakker with, so I figured since he's somewhat of a bigger guy, we'd bring in some of the bigger WWE stars. We have the Elite 103 Bobby Lashley here on the left, and on the right we have the Elite 103 Roman Reigns. Next up, we have what is probably the most anticipated figure from the set as far as a flashback collector may be concerned. Definitely for me, we have the first time in the line, Rick Steiner. This is based on his later WCW run. The Steiner brothers had been split up for a while. I don't even know if Scott Steiner was with the NWO or this was after, but again, this is towards the tail end of WCW before it kind of failed. And you know what? I kind of dig this gimmick. I didn't really watch a lot of WCW at that point. By then, I was full on WWF with Stone Cold and The Rock. But, it was kind of cool to see Rick on his own because I always associate the Steiner brothers together. And it's kind of odd that the first figure we're getting is based on his singles run versus a tag team run with his brother. But here, as far as his accessories go, you do get a set of interchangeable mic holding hands here. We'll see that the pegs are also painted, so that is nicely done. Additionally, he does come with this leather jacket. It is a plastic mold, so again, not the biggest fan of these, but I guess for the detail that comes with this jacket, it's got some nice size to it. And look at the designs on it. On the front, it has Beware of the Dog. You can see the zipper kind of sculpted on here, or is it painted? Actually, I think that's painted on here, but it does look really nice. You got the flames and all the different designs. The dog here with some dice on the other one sleeve. You got the dogs up here sculpted onto the jacket. That is pretty cool. More flames on this side. Just very old school, like biker-esque. You got the dog face gremlin logo on the back. I do love that. You can see he does also come with a removable set of sunglasses. They are painted gold. Very similar to you've gotten with the Hollywood Hogan figures. And look at that skin, man. I really like it. I feel like this captures the likeness really well to a later run Rick Steiner. And if you want, you can remove even the bandana, the headband. Get a close-up of that real quick for you guys. Fits on there pretty nicely. I feel like it fits perfect. Doesn't feel like it's going to fall off over the hair. That actually is really good. You can see underneath he does have the collar. So the jacket looks like it just ports open in the front here. You do see, I don't know if I like that with the rub, like closing and opening this. I hope that doesn't remove the paint. That is my only concern there. And I can only imagine what a pain it is. Maybe not. Maybe this won't be as bad as I thought to remove the jacket. And okay, that wasn't too bad. I feel like I just have some like PTSD from the earlier Mattel days. But here's how the jacket looks like off of the figure. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but it is pliable here. The sleeves are a lot harder than the actual main piece of the jacket. Again, underneath, he does have the dog collar. And the rest of it is just kind of a plain black singlet from what it looks like. He does have the white and black wrist tape here. I do like that. The fisted hands on here. Got the tattoo on the left side of the arm here. Bite Me on the back. This looks very clean. The singlet obviously is very plain. But the figure itself is awesome. Look at these boots. Bite Me on there. You got the little like weathering or kind of like scuffing on the front of the boot here. This looks really good on the inside. It says Dead or Alive. That looks pretty cool, man. So many little details to really capture on here. And Mattel really nailed it. This looks pretty sick, man. Even on the back, look at this. Another decal Bite Me on this side. I think that matches the other side. But on the back, you'll even notice the little skulls on the bottom of the boots with the black soles here. If you are curious, he is on ball joints, so that is a plus. Unlike Bron, it does not seem to have any kind of like rubbing of the paint or scraping from this painted torso, but this looks pretty damn sick. Again, I really do like the way this figure looks. If you're curious to see what the kind of headband, man, that looks badass. I am really happy with this. Mattel, to me, knocked this out of the park. For our first set of comparisons, since they are both the first time in the line as elites here, we have father and son Bron Breakker versus Steiner. And just a few more later run WCW figures. So I remember watching Steiner at this time. I feel like he was teaming up a lot with Psycho Sid and Kevin Nash. And they were battling like Goldberg, Sting, and like the return of the Hulkster, the red and yellow Hulk Hogan. But again, this kind of era did have like this version of Macho Man, like Team Madness. And of course, you have Psycho Sid here. And just a few more WCW guys to pair Rick Steiner with. So on the left, we have my custom singlet Sting figure. We have the Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg, and we have a custom Hulk Hogan. Before we wrap up here with some final thoughts on these figures, if you guys haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you guys are enjoying this video review, make sure to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned to the newest WWE Mattel reviews coming up here on my channel. After this review, I'm going to go back and I'm going to review figures that I missed from Elite Series 103, so stay tuned for those coming real soon. As far as these three figures go, I really do like them all. Dakota Kai, I think this is an upgrade over the Royal Rumble Elite. This will be easier to find. I really do like the gear. It really is very toyetic. It pops really nicely. I do like the interchangeable hands that she does come with, the tattoos. The head scan is okay. It could be better. Unfortunately, my hair sculpt had a little bit of a QC defect with the kind of black coming through the blonde hair. But all in all, pretty solid figure. Bron Breakker, I really do dig it. Unfortunately, again, another QC issue with the paint bleeding through the painted torso. But I do like the gear. I think the head scan is phenomenal. And for the first like incarnation of an Elite Bron, they did a phenomenal job. I'm definitely going to try to track down the Chase and the yellow. I think that's the version I want in my collection. And maybe I'll kind of shelf this one or put them off to the side on a tote or something. But all in all, I'm really impressed with this figure by Mattel for their first crack at Bron Breakker's Elite. Rick Steiner, 100% love it. I highly recommend it. Just so many great details to it. The jacket, even though it is plastic, looks great. Love the head skin. The boots, man, blew me away. Just so much little details going into it. I know he kind of has just a plain black singlet, but everything about this figure screams like late WCW run. Really do dig it. And since this is the final video review of Elite 104, let's bring all the figures in and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. Alright, so here we have the rest of the figures from Elite Series 104. We're going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite, with number 6 being my least favorite from the set. So at number 6, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. It is a solid figure, don't get me wrong, but it really is just another repaint. I don't know if you really need it for your collection. If you have the Elite 89, to me, that's still the superior figure. At number 5, I'm going to go Dakota Kai. The figure's great. The head scan, to me, is not really the best likeness to her. So I'm going to put her at number 5. At number 4, this is where it gets a little tricky. I think I am going to go, and it pains me to say this, Solo Sikoa, and I love this figure. I'm glad we finally got like an official Solo figure from Mattel, but there's just too many things that aren't great with it as far as the torso. He's a little too skinny, right? The shirt, I'm not a big fan of, and they gave us the white towel, and on top of it, we don't have the Samoan Spike finger hand, interchangeable hand, so I'm going to put him at number 4. Again, I do like the figure, but I just feel like there's a lot more to improve. Number 3, I'm going to go AJ Styles. I really do like this updated torso. He does have the bigger kind of too sweet hand molds for the gloves. Looks really nice. And obviously a red AJ Elite is one that we've all been wanting for a while, so highly recommend. At number 2, I'm going to go Bron Breakker. Really do love this figure. The attire is great. Love the NXT 2.0 Championship belt. Looks awesome, but I don't think he can compare it to his dad, Rick Steiner. This figure is just phenomenal. Blew me out of the water. Really love everything about it. I can't highly recommend it more enough, especially if you are a fan of the WCW days or just a fan of the Steiners. This is the first one we're getting. I'm sure Mattel's going to pump out a bunch more. Hopefully, Rick keeps his mouth shut and we can get some more figures. But again, if you are interested in any of these figures, they are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. You guys shop to use promo code 4LIFE. It will save you 10% off your order. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review, and I will catch you all on the next one.